Welcome back to Superstarglam. Today's video is a trying new products type of video. I have a lot of little goodies, some of them from my hauls, some of them from my recent boxy charm that I couldn't wait to dig in, like the Dominic Cosmetics Celestial Thunder palette, which was specifically created for boxy charm. So I was really excited to try it out. Before we jump into the video, if you haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click the little button down below and become part of the Superstarglam Squad family. While you're there, also click the little notification bell. That way you are alerted every time I upload a video. If you're interested in this look and all the products I use, then just keep watching. Okay, so there are quite a bit of new products that I'm going to be trying on. A lot of these have been in my recent haul I did, or some of these items I just got in my boxy charm. So I'm gonna start with the face just to get all the products that I have out of the way. So I'm trying this actually for the first time. Haven't tried it. I picked up the Sephora favorites. Is it favorites? I think it was the Sephora Superstar. I don't know what it is, but if they still have it, I will link it down below. This was the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I've heard I think for the most part pretty good reviews on this primer, but again, this is my first time trying it out. It absorbs quickly. So far it feels nice. It definitely feels more like a skincare more than like a silicone based primer. Okay, for foundation, I'm gonna use this one that I mentioned. I had first purchased it in 03, which didn't match me, so I picked it up in 05. This is the Soap and Glory Kick-Ass All Day Wear Sweat Proof Foundation. Let's try it out. I'm going to apply it with a brush, and this came in a dual set brush. It's from BoxyCharm. Apparently they came out with new brushes. So first I'm going to apply it with the foundation brush and then follow it after with a beauty sponge. The shade range in this foundation isn't all that great, but I felt this one was going to be the closest, and also based on undertone, which I'm really picky when it comes to the undertone it has. It has a nice coverage, not too like full wear. I'm gonna go in with the Real Techniques Miracle Sponge. Yeah, it's more like a natural finish. It's not really like giving me a lot of coverage, but I'm okay with that. I like a medium coverage, buildable to full coverage foundation, but only when I want it to be full coverage. So in the meantime, I actually do like it. I don't have a new concealer, so I'll come back after I'm done applying concealer. I mentioned that I picked this up in my haul. I'm not sure if I've had a chance to share it here on my channel, but I did use the Fenty Beauty, what is it, Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. This is the mini version of their setting powder in the shade Butter. I used that to set the concealer. Now, as far as contour, this isn't a new product, but it is new to me, and I'm not sure. Again, I'm still trying to catch up on my videos, but I don't know if I've shared this, that I got this in my Boxy Luxe from Boxy Charm, and it is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess. contour palette, and it has two different shades of the matte highlight shades, and then the rest are contour and bronzing powders. So there's different tones to them. So I'm going to use this to contour. And I like actually Princess Cut because it's more of like a cool tone. For the bronzer, this is the first time I'm actually going to use this. It came in the limited edition holiday set from Too Faced. So it's the gingerbread tan spicy bronzer. And this is what the packaging looks like. And then this is what it looks like inside. Isn't that super cute? I'm going to use this to bronze the face. It looks a little shimmery for my preference, but I hope it's just the overspray. The white on the image of the gingerbread is coming off, so I think I'm going to kind of dust that off and then get the real color underneath. Hopefully I removed enough. It has a little bit of a sheen, so it's definitely not a matte bronzer. It's a nice sheen that it's giving me, especially if, like, let's say your powder made you a little more on the drier side. Applying this brings back a little bit of like a glow, a little sheen, which now I think I would have to go a little bit less or light-handed when applying the highlight. I do like the tone of it. It's more on the warmer side. So when I'm just using it for strictly warming up the face or like bronzing, I don't mind it being a warm shade. But if I'm doing like a double duty, using the bronzer to kind of give me more dimension and like kind of contour at the same time, I do like it more on the cool tone. Also from the Too Faced collection that I got, this is the blush palette. And comes like with a quad of blushes. I think I'm gonna mix and match. I'm gonna take this Morphe E4 and I'm going to mix Snow Kissed and Merry and Bright. The only thing missing from this is a mirror, but I like that they're not like super pigmented. I mean, I am going with a light hand, but it's not making me look like I am applying too much. So I like that about blushes when they're definitely buildable. It gave me a nice flush of color, which I like. From the same little gift set is this one. It was a combo of the Chocolate Soleil bronzer and then the highlight angel wings. So I'm going to use this to highlight. This is the Wet n Wild from their Unicorn, I think, collection highlight brush. I'm really excited because I had not yet picked up anything from this brand. I'm excited that we got it in our BoxyCharm, so I finally get to try out this brand, and it's the Dominic Cosmetics Celestial Thunder, and it looks so beautiful. So I'm just gonna prime my eyes with my usual MAC Painterly paint pot. Okay, so I think it was last week I went to CVS. I was buying a birthday card. To be honest, I really don't ever stop at drugstore places anymore. I wasn't expecting to spend a lot of money, so I just went in there for specifically a card. The only thing I was able to pick up, which I do plan on going back again to pick up the palette that I've been wanting to pick up and try out. But two items that I did pick up and I wanted to try out are these brushes. They were selling their brand of brushes, which look very promising. I really love these types of brushes, especially for someone with very small eyes. It's more like a detailed, fluffy, tapered brush. It has like a point to it. I really, really do love these. This is the Carity E30. And I was actually very pleasantly surprised at the price of these brushes. They're very, very affordable. I think they run between like $3 to $4. This one is a blending brush. Again, it's the Carity E31. So it's another nice brush. So I'm really excited to try these out. And again, I think I will be going back there to pick up a shadow or a palette. Okay, so for now, I'm going to go in with Zero Gravity just because it's the dark tone in here. While I decide what color I'm going to really use, I'm going to use this to bring dimension to the eye. And again, the brush I'm using this right now is the E30 from Carity. So far, I'm liking everything I'm using right now. This brush is really, really good. If you happen to have a CVS that carries this line, I would definitely recommend this brush. And the shadows so far are really, really nice. They're nice and pigmented. They blend out really, really nicely. I want a blush. I want a brush for packing on the color. So again, this is Mystic Ice. Yes, Mystic Ice. I'm gonna apply this. Oh my god, this is super pigmented. Okay, I was not expecting this much pigment, and there is a little bit of fallout. I think it was my fault. I didn't tap the brush. I'm gonna go back to the little E30 and I'm dipping into Zero Gravity once again, and I'm just going to use this to go back to the same area where I applied it and then help blend out those edges. So I'm taking the Lorac Pro 3 and I'm just going to take the light shade canvas, and I'm taking this the fluffy brush, the Carity E31, and I'm just going to softly apply this to like the brow bone and then help blend out the edges. Then I'm gonna go back with the shade Zero Gravity and the E30 brush. I'm just going to like right with the tip use it to blend out here in the edge. The next step, I'm going to go in with Zero Gravity. I'm going to use the shade Eternal Light. It's that really nice shimmery shade. And I'm going to bring it to the inner corner. I'm going to wet the brush and hopefully, because it's a really pretty like shimmery shade, but it's not as pigmented as I'd like. I'm just using it to fade it into the inner. For the lower portion of the eye, I'm going to take Zero Gravity and a pencil brush. This is the Sigma E30. And I'm going to apply it here in the outer. And want it to connect the top and bottom. Now I'm taking Mystic Ice and I'm going to bring it to the rest of the lower. So I'm using it to the inner, and then I'm just dragging it to blend out to the dark shade. Okay. I'm going to take that fluffy brush, and I'm not adding any more product. I'm just going to use this to run it underneath to help blend all that out. I'm going to use this liner. It is the Benefit Roller Liner Eyeliner. I know I got it in one of the holiday sets. I just don't remember which one, but I'm going to use this to darken the lash line. I don't have any new brow products, but I'm going to use this mascara before I apply false lashes. This is the Milani highly rated 10-in-1 volume mascara. And this is what the brush looks like. Okay, so far I like the brush. It's a nice fluffy brush. The formula feels like a thicker consistency, which I prefer. I'm able to dip into it and build it up. I like that it's like a buildable formula. I just don't know that if I keep using this, if it will give me the volume that I like, because currently it is separating on my lashes, but I also like a thickness. My lashes, my own lashes, to look very like thick, and so far I'm just getting a length, but like I said, all I'm using it for currently is to apply a coat before I apply false lashes. But I'll definitely update you guys on whether or not I like this mascara or not. For lips, I do have quite a bit of new products. Like I got a Dose of Colors liquid lipstick, but this is kind of like a burgundy shade. But I also remember that I also have a Dominique Cosmetics lip gloss, and this is in the shade Peach Tea. It was from the Lemonade line, but I think I got it also in a BoxyCharm. So I think I'm gonna try the gloss, but I'm gonna fill in my lips with a lip liner, and now I'm gonna go in with the gloss. It's like a sheer pink color. It's a really nice gloss with the combo that I use. I'm going to set my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So this is the completed look using all or mostly all new products. My top products was the Dominique Cosmetics palette Celestial Thunder. I can't wait to dig into the other colors. The second item, the top item, was the bronzer, the Gingerbread Tan Spacey Bronzer. But if you do happen to get this little holiday set, I would definitely recommend that you dust off the top layer, because it is more of like a shimmery, but once you get past that layer, it becomes a really nice bronzer. Like, I love the tone of it. I love the sheen. It was really, really nice. The highlighter was nice highlighter. I just felt that it has like little specks of glitter, which I'm not really a fan of. So it was nice that I went in with a lighter layer than I normally do. It is a highlighter that isn't as forgiving on the skin. I think that if you have like problem areas, they would probably emphasize them just because of the formula of it, and again, the specks of like a glitter I'm not really a fan of. Now, it's not to say that some glitters or some highlighters that have like little specks of glitter are all bad or hideous or not my cup of tea. I think there's a time and place, like an appropriate time to kind of go full on glitter and want that pop of highlight. But for more of like a wearable look, I'm not a fan of that particular formula. Other than that, everything else worked out nicely. There was nothing that I put on today that I'm not a fan of. I think everything worked out really, really nicely. So I will definitely continue using them. I think that was it. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next time. Bye.